There we go. Good day. It's James here, Celtic Railroad. Well, I'm going to start by putting off doing the electrical, wire it in. First, I'm going to hook up the power bar onto the side down there somewhere. I'll just flip it over. There you go. See the power bar, which is here, and it's going to mount it right here somewhere. And then I'm going to mount the board on this end, probably about 6 inches wide. Might raise up just a little bit to put all the switches I got. We got a bunch of these are for turnouts, and this one was for powers to all the off tracks that I got. No, I'm not sure I've got them all the same, but we'll find out as we go along and set it all up. And I got a few more over here. That's my box full of trees, and a bunch of trees there. They'll be up on shortly. Well, shortly to you guys, but month and a half for me. And this is the wire that I recommend using. The wire here, which I got, this piece is phone cable line. This one holds 2 sets of 3 wires. Well, here you go. On this one, we have 4 lines. And it's good because your switches take 3 and they're color coded. Or you can have 2 lines, 1 for a track and 1 for the other track beside it. It saves a lot of time for running separate lines, whatever. And then this comes like with 2 wires, or 2 like this, or there's some have 3 in them. This heavier stuff, which I picked up at a job site. Never leave home without one. Something like your American Express card. Okay. So this stuff has 8 wires in it. I'll just put this back in my pocket so I'll kill myself. It has 8 wires. And 1 bare neutral. But each of these wires are twisted together, so there's a green, solid green with a green and white, a solid orange with an orange and white, blue and a blue and white, and a brown and white. Again, great for doing, this is like for doing the roundhouse over there when I got all this track together, run wire and do 4 tracks. So it's, again, it'll save you a bit of time. It's heavy enough to work it, so if you can get a hold of some, it's actually a good thing. But you just got to ask around. Just ask around people that if you go to if you see a guy working for a telephone company, just ask him if you got a spare piece of wire 10, 12 feet long, if you wouldn't mind. Because quite often when they install wiring to a person's home or whatever, they'll have lots of pieces left over. They just put in the garbage. But if you ask them nicely, maybe they'll give you something, maybe not. Shelf I'm going to put for all the switches on here, because I like it having the control panel near the middle of the set layout, so that you're close to everything. If something goes wrong, it's easier to quicker to get to it to pick it up or put it back on or whatever. But this is my personal preference. Everybody has their own. Okay, guys, let's get back onto the figuring out what we're going to do here. Excuse me. Aha. That'll work. Now, that's what we got here for 5 inches. Excuse me again. I got a frog in my throat today. Perfecto. Well, I got my idea for my table figured out. I'm just going to build it now. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, I got the board mounted here. It's got it on about a 30-degree angle. We'll try it out. If it doesn't work right, I'll always change it later. Sorry about that, folks. That'll be all right. Now, now. Today we did a little more wiring work. I'll show you what I got done so far. But there's, like I said, more to do and clean up some of the stuff that's coming off it. But I'll show you a shot of what we got done. Okay, here's my table at the wiring panel at the moment. Each one of these lines here, different track numbers. And then turntables here and tracks there. These ones here are still blank. I haven't up them yet. These are all the switches. And then this will go down here. When I'm done, there's going to be about 22 different switches on here. And just for little giggles here, you notice these telephone poles with the number on it, 3 and 2. Well, this tells me that this is line number 2 coming here. Goes into line number 3, so when I turn the power on for those tracks to work. They're just kind of like a roadside reminders so that you, until you get to learn how they, where all the junctions are after a while, you can take them down if you want or leave them up. Helps to just make things run smoother. There's a turntable there. And there she goes. Notice it stops at every section, so somewhere there's a flat spot there. There you go. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to hook up these 3 switches here onto the switch here, and then that one there. Fun begins. This is what I was telling you about earlier. I got from a job site. Nice thing about it is there's 3 wires inside here. So Each wire actually is 9 wires in here. Pardon me, not 3. But each switch takes 3 wires, so you got 9 wires. Run this once, do all 3 tracks, but the problem is you got to strip off probably 3 feet so you can go to each track to get its power. So I'll put this on pause for a few minutes. I'm back. I got the wire sorted out. And then I'm going to run it along here. For now, I'll just tape it up in place, like I said, until I get all of it done. Then I'll secure it a little more professional looking. And then cover it over with a balance. Okay. Now, as I was saying before, wiring is actually a very boring job to watch. It's kind of like watching paint dry at times. Good for the first 20 seconds, and then you get tired of it. But I'm just going to show you. I got to strip off that much, roughly 5 feet. And this stuff is not the easiest stuff to do. You actually only do it in about 4 to 6 inch segments because of all the friction from the wiring. But there's the wires. Got a red and a white, a blue and a white, green and a white, and an orange with orange and white, and 1 bare wire. So once you get all stripped down, you're going to have to take one of these parts and you have 3 wires in each one. And label them so that you know where they are when you go back to the other end. So if you got blue solid, blue white, green white, and then you have orange, orange white, and a solid green, the bare wire, and then 2 red wires together. So when you get to the other end, you know what they are. Like this case, I wrote them down in my personal code that I understand, but you might not. So I'm gonna let you guys go for a little bit, and I'm gonna strip this down. Still working at it. Didn't forget about this. There. So far we got roughly halfway there, and it's been about 10 minutes. Still got not much more to go. So I'm going to get to that one. Let's find out. I think that should be good. Now to separate the lines and get them going. And these pieces of wire that I'm coiling up or that I cut off that I don't need, I usually save them for a little while, because if you don't need them for your set, you all of a sudden you got some cargo for your flatbed car to put on or whatever. So it comes in handy somewhere. If not there, maybe somewhere else. Fire one first. You dirty dog. One done, sort of. Halfway done, I guess. I think I stripped off more wire than I actually needed. They also have switch motors that mount under the table. I've looked into those things, but they are on the expensive side. And it takes a lot more to install them, because you got to cut the slots for the unit to slide back and forth to move it. The good thing is you don't see them, but the bad thing is you pay for it. Again, it's up to your preference. But you can hide these switches just about pretty good with just decorating dirt or fill around it and blend it in. So now we go across the side and do the rest. Yeah. Now, trying to put these back in the same order that they came off the other end. Now let's see what happens. Looks like I got something backwards. You can hear it click one side, not the other. 9 times out of 10, you got two outside lines crossed over. I got the wrong wire. Works great when you get the right wires together. I had the green and white on the wrong ends. Now, the next one. That's one number 2 done. It'll be here or not. Now for the last one for today. Well, I found the problem for the switch, my wooden switch. Switch itself, power pickup is no longer, so I rigged it backwards. And now it is working. So these contacts on this end here aren't picking the contacts off of the power off of this switch here, but I ran the wires around the other side and put it up, and it seems to be working. Looks kind of funny, but same problem with this one over here I had. So either there's, you got cranked down too tight and they broke the contacts a little earlier, or don't know, but it's now working. So I'm gonna tighten this one down, clean up the wiring a little bit, and call it a day for this video for today. And I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope I answered some of your questions. If you have questions, please ask. I'll try to answer them. And if I can't find the answer, we'll go help look it up. There are lots of people who might know the answer, but the answer you get might not be the one you want to hear, but it'd be an answer. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and blessings to everybody. Thank you. Goodbye.